Call of Duty 2023. Now you may be wondering, why on earth am I mentioning this when it's about 2 years away? To answer that question, there has been some leaks regarding COD 2023 developed by Treyarch. And regarding zombies, there is something very interesting, and I'm sure it will make you raise an eyebrow as well. So definitely stay tuned to see what that is. We're going to want to be double wrapping our tinfoil hats, okay, with another layer of tinfoil, because this is very up in the air. This is not concrete. I just want to say that now, because these are obviously rumours, and considering how early they are, there is a pretty good chance that these could be fake. But it seems like as the years go on, COD rumours seem to get more and more accurate, so it's definitely worth taking a look at and discussing, because there is some very peculiar stuff on here that is sure to pique your interest. Leaks get a lot more right now than they did a long time ago, back in like Black Ops 2, but before we jump in, I just want to say, yes, leaks and rumours, just keep that in mind. And Happy New Year! I hope that you've had a good Christmas, and I hope that the new year so far has been kind to you. I've just been taking a little bit of a break from videos, hence why I didn't upload last week, but here we are now, and let's start this journey on the subreddit r/gaming leaks and rumours. It seems like the person that posted this deleted their account 5 days ago, but they say possibly the first leaked images of COD 2023. The OP says to take this with a massive bucket of salt, and something that'll immediately stick out here is that there is no source. So immediately this whole thing is sus. A section of this post says these were posted in a private Discord I'm in, and apparently they've been spreading around certain circles for a few weeks now. I've tried asking around and I can't seem to find a solid answer of where they originally came from. And so they linked this image album, and we have a series of images here, and we're gonna have a look at some of them. God damn, doing this makes me feel like a detective. On one of these images we can see a title screen, so it seems as though it's gonna be another Black Ops game, since it says, you know, Black Ops working title. Now this should be an indication to you as to how early in development this game is. They do not even have a title yet. I think it'd be genuinely amusing if they wanted to call it Black Ops working title. Anyway, if we move on, we have our classic menu thing. We have like these sections, like how they've done menus for the past couple COD games now. It seems like that's not gonna change. Once again, assuming these are real. Nothing is really complete on here. However, when this is a complete menu, it's probably going to have Warzone, Vanguard, Modern Warfare 2019, and probably Cold War on there as well, because for some reason they try cramming every single COD game as of late onto the same menu. There's a multiplayer image here that is an ability list, and these seem to be the ones that we have in Black Ops 3, or at least most of them. We have Combat Focus, Active Camo, Flashback, Speed Burst, Vision Pulse, and an ability called Heatwave. Now I do recognize some of these. I couldn't tell you what every single ability does. No idea what that Speed Burst does though, really got me thinking there. But what this is implying is that these are going to be back. We're going to have abilities again, just like we did in Black Ops 3 and 4 multiplayer, and I thought abilities were kind of fun, so I'm not really that mad about this one. We also have a create a class system that says Chip 1, Chip 2, and Chip 3 for perks. There's an ability slot, but this just looks like Cold War though, and that is worrying because this is evidence that it could be fake, but at the same time, it has been proven before that game devs use older versions of COD to test stuff out, and they'll add little things in from the new game, but just run it on Black Ops Cold War, for example. So is it plausible? Yes, but I don't know. I think it's hard to tell with this one. Now, considering that we have abilities back potentially, as well as the perks being called chips, it seems as though that this is going to be set in the future, since the abilities that Treyarch would put into their games, or at least most of the time, would have a futuristic setting if they were implemented, because the abilities would usually need some like futuristic tech to pull off, and so it's hard to deny that this does give off Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 vibes. And with perks being called chips, I mean, do I really need to explain that one? If that doesn't scream futuristic, then I don't know what to tell you. And now for a very big part of these leaks, this is the Black Ops, quote, design goals. Now these are very hard to read, they're very blurred, but you can make them out if you look carefully. The first one says, create innovative yet familiar system designs. The second one says, bridge gap between Modern Warfare core systems and Black Ops. The third one down says, refer to COD classic game design guidance. And then the bottom one says, implement destructible area of effect system. And I can only assume in brackets there it says COD VG, maybe COD Vanguard or something. And now for some very big news if this is true. So the one to the right and the other entries on the right here, they are cut off, but we can make out what they are to an extent. And this top one is very big. It says return to classic ZOR, and and it's cut off at 0, but it obviously says zombies. Return to classic zombies. With the failure of Vanguard, I think this is the right move if this is the truth. I really do hope this is real because I think this is what people are really wanting. And at the moment with Vanguard, classic zombies really is a step in the right direction. In fact, no, not a step, a leap into the right direction. And obviously for classic zombies, it's going to be stuff like round-based, wall weapons, all of that stuff we love and miss. Maybe even a set crew of characters instead of operators, although I don't think we're going to be seeing that one anytime soon because operators are making way too much money. And maybe we'll even get a more coherent story instead of just intel, 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 a random cutscene, and then more intel. Now, usually with COD games as of late, if you hop onto multiplayer and then you go to create a class, you'll get like a little message explaining the class system if you chose create a class, and if you go into kill streaks, you'll get a little message explaining the kill streaks. We have the same thing with zombie stuff as well. And here is the big reveal now. The curtain is about to be pulled back. Get ready because there is an image here that says, "Welcome to Zombies Factions." Yeah, you remember that? And it is in the form of one of these message cards where you get to pick a faction to join. I'm going to read this little section to you out, or at least what we can see. It says, "Welcome to Zombies Factions. If you choose to side with a certain faction, you will gain access to 6, and then the rest is cut off, challenges and rewards. Description to be continued." Once again, very early in development. It says, "Please choose a faction. Note, you cannot change your faction until the current season has ended." And now for those of you that don't know factions, this was an old thing back in like Black Ops 4 that when the game was being announced and Jason Blundell was talking about the zombies mode, he said that the game was going to have a thing called factions in it, which allowed you to join a faction and the community would kind of just be competing against one another. We're not really sure in what way, but that they would be getting challenges and rewards. The weird thing is we never received factions. We never saw it. It never got mentioned. It was dodged like a bad date. And it became an absolute meme. It was hilarious. Everyone was completely clowning on factions, the fact that it was never there, making huge memes about it, and there was genuine mystery to it though, because we never had an explanation for it. Factions not being in BO4 zombies was really not helping Black Ops 4's already bad reputation at the time. Although I have always said that I don't think factions was going to be anything special anyway, I think it's just going to be leaderboards, but it does seem like a natural evolution to try and get factions off the ground and put it into a new zombies game, because it seems like it's something Treyarch wanted to do, but as to why they never did, it's beyond me. And if we look here, this may be the game where it is able to be put in. We can see the faction sides here, so there's Requiem, Omega, and Dark Ether, and there's one that it doesn't seem to have been made yet. It seems as though the last one is going to be the Maxis faction, aka Samantha Maxis. But regardless, this is clearly linking to the Dark Ether story. It's going to be a follow-on. In what way, I'm not really sure, but what we do know is there are divided groups in the Dark Ether story. Obviously, Requiem and Omega being the two biggest ones. And as for the last picture here, we can see a early game screenshot apparently, although this could easily be faked. This seems to be one of the Cold War multiplayer maps. I honestly don't know the name of it, but I know it is a multiplayer map from Cold War. The guy's using a Milano, so I mean, this is all Cold War stuff, and in the top right, it says installing multiplayer and installing zombies, but how would this guy be on multiplayer when it's installing, because this is a multiplayer map? I don't really know what's going on this picture. Maybe it might just be simple playtesting of some very early concepts, maybe the perks. They might be playtesting those abilities as well. I'm not really sure. But once again, to play devil's advocate, there could also be a good explanation for this. Like I said, maybe they're testing the abilities, or maybe this is another thing I mentioned earlier about how they test new things on older games when it's early in development. I believe Black Ops 4's abilities were tested on a Black Ops 3 map, so it could be a similar situation here, but it's definitely interesting nonetheless. But anyways, I'm going to leave this video here today. If you enjoyed, be sure to smash the like button. Definitely do comment your thoughts on this in the comments, because this is a really interesting, crazy thing to discuss, especially this early on. Do you think these are true? Do you think they're not? Is there anything that stood out to you? Let me know. I would love to have a discussion about this one. And only a very small percentage of people are even subscribed to the channel, so if you've made it this far, subscribe, you won't regret it. Turn on the notification bell too to stay notified whenever I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.